What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. Got a new Civivi to review with you. Let's get it. All right, guys, we have the Mini Praxis here. I've been wanting to check this one out for so long, and I really just hadn't had the opportunity to check this one out. I'm trying to see if my eyes could tell me. Okay, D2 steel. That was the only thing I couldn't remember off the top of my head. But this one here is definitely a small EDC and a very interesting one at that. As I mentioned, you got D2 steel here, liner lock. These are steel liners that sit flush. You got a deep carry pocket clip that is nested. I was a little surprised on this one to see that they didn't reverse it. Usually from Civivi, in most instances, you see that they make it so that you can reverse the pocket clip. Really surprised by that. Liner lock, you got milled steel liners in here that you can see they did for weight reduction. You got a steel post back here for you that may want to add a lanyard to this one. I could see if you have hands that are large or bigger, that would come in handy to have a little lanyard on the back, just a little tether to grab onto. They do have this sharpening tool here. I can get a trigger grip on here, and there is just a little bit of room. I'm trying to get the lighting there so that you can see that there is a little bit of room behind there for you to kind of get up there, which would be good for opening packages, detailed works, things of that nature. But if you needed this in a pinch to break a box down, what I would probably do is take advantage of this little minimal jimping that they have back here and kind of use it that way. Having said that, D2 razor sharp, toothy but razor sharp. Went through the catalog paper okay, and went through the cardboard absolutely great, fantastic. Total thin geometry, very slicey, which you can actually say about the full-size one. And then this style drop point blade here, almost spear point-esque, really good for those utility cuts, worked very well. Good access to the lock bar, so I'm able to disengage this with that flipper tab. I'm able to let that drop to the thumb and then just a couple of shakes to bring it home. Dead center, you got stamped bearings. I'm familiar with the Civivi bearings here. This one here is a little bit smaller. I think it's the 1mm. Is that right? Or is it the 364? I think it's the 364. I think it's 5mm. Actually, I don't know the pivot size. This looks small, guys. And I can't take it apart to weigh it. To size it. So I'm not 100% sure on the pivot, but looks like T8 with T6 on the pocket clip, so it'd be really easy to disassemble. You could probably check out my Praxis video. I believe it's out there with the disassembly. Probably going to be pretty similar disassembly to this, but very good detent. Good flipper action. What I remember on the full-size one feels like that's what's here. Great shaker. You got nice textured G10 here, so it is going to be grippy. Good pocket clip. I didn't really actually notice. Yeah, I didn't even notice that pocket clip. I think because it is smaller, it kind of lands up here like in the softer part of my palm, but not really feeling anything there. Let me see. Let me get back in that trigger pull. Yeah, not really noticing that pocket clip. So this actually works on this particular version for me. Again, I have larger hands, so kind of keep that in mind as we're going through this. But how about some size comparisons? We'll weigh it and wrap up with final score. All right, we're going to start with a couple of budget knives. We got the Nice Guy and the Budget Militol out here. I think the Nice Guy, I like this. It's very comparable. I actually would probably, for me personally, lean towards the Nice Guy a little bit. I like the 154 CM a little bit more than the D2 for a steel. And I like that Ford Choi a little bit more. It actually fits me a little bit better ergonomically, a little less put your hand here and a little bit more open to being able to kind of have different size hands land with your fingers in a different spot, if that makes sense. But you can see it is a small knife, fifth pocket pouch, companion carry knife, or if you have small hands or you like them small, it's going to be very comparable to that. We're going to keep the Nice Guy around when we go to weigh here in a minute, just to compare how the two look compared to one another. All right, so I do have my Manix 2 lightweight out here and my bug out as well, just again to show size reference. It's going to be more mini bug out size. It's going to be smaller than the Para 3, but I did want to share that with you. I'm going to grab the scale. We're going to compare it to the Nice Guy for the weight. All right, got the scale out. Let's cut her on and make sure you guys can see it. Let's check out the Praxis first. Coming in at 2.8. I think that's what the Nice Guy comes in at as well. 2.6. You saw it, switched it on me, trying to mess me up. So the Nice Guy is a little bit lighter. Also, I like the fact that the Nice Guy, didn't mention that, but the Nice Guy has the reversible pocket clip. But I like the fact that they have the hidden lanyard post in there instead of the hole in the back. So, you know, some trade-offs there. But let me put the scale away and then we'll wrap it up. All right, guys, I grade on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the highest. Budget knives cut off at a 7. The reason for that is just materials. The materials kind of limited. It's not a super steel. It is going to require a little bit more maintenance. The plus side is you can probably use and abuse and beat on these a little bit more, and they're going to work really well. This strikes me as a knife really meant for somebody with smaller hands. As I mentioned earlier, when I try to grip onto it, because they have that scalloping there, I'm kind of landing on these spots. So ergonomically for me, a little bit of a miss. Having said that, it is a big enough deterrent for me that I'm going to kind of score this a little bit lower. I'm going to put it at a like 4.9, so a little bit below average for me. And again, that's because of the ergonomics. I do like Civivi's D2, but I would probably say get the uncoated D2, even though it's going to be probably a little bit more prone to corrosion for that. If you're more concerned with the edge retention, if you want it to be tougher, this is actually going to be the best version because you don't have the corrosion. It's going to be tough. You can really use and abuse this and not think about it, and just really hone your edge after you use it on really hard, dense materials, things like that. But I strongly recommend this for a medium and smaller hand. If you have large hands, I would definitely steer you towards the Nice Guy here. It is definitely much more comfortable. I have more space behind that sharpened choil there in that trigger position, and I can go a little bit further up and have that space right here. I'm on that, and I'm on that choil, and you can see I'm right on the edge, whereas with the Nice Guy I'm a little bit further back. So taller flat grind, both have a swedge. I would say that the Civivi Praxis with the swedge, it looks a little bit thinner, but I would actually say that they're relatively comparable. I think it's a little bit thinner out towards the edge there, so maybe a little bit more slicey here. This is more broken in, so I'm not going to hold the action against it, but I will say I do like the Nice Guy flipper tab a little bit better. The Kaiser Nice Guy in comparison to this one being 4.9, I would put the Nice Guy really at a 6.6. This is definitely like the best small knife I've ever handled in the budget realm. I can't really think of one that's better. You got jimping out here, which is great for choking up, great for pinch grip. There's just a lot that I like a little bit better than Nice Guy. I think the Praxis is a little bit more outdated. What I would probably recommend to Civivi is just scallop this one section here, make it one like giant scallop, and then you can get more fingers in there. But again, I don't know that that'll be a factor for someone with small to medium hands. And, you know, it's coming in at a very affordable price, I believe. Yeah, so just looking, it starts at 30 bucks for the satin version with G10. This one here also 30 bucks. Really affordable, guys. But having said that, I will say that the Nice Guy starts at 50 bucks with G10 and Nitro V, and then for the 154 cm version, $60. So it is double the price for 154 cm, but you get aluminum, and you get the, and some people don't like this, but the G10 with the carbon fiber on there, so it looks a little bit more premium, but that's subjective as well, right? Let me know what you think about the Mini Praxis down in the comments below. Links will be down there. It'll take you to the Civivi site, Blade HQ. I'll make sure and try to link this one for Amazon, just in case that's a little bit faster for you or delivers a little bit more quickly to you. And when you use those links, it helps the channel. If you enjoyed the video, like helps too. Special thank you and shout out to the channel members out there. You guys are amazing for all that support and have been really good about using the link. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm out of here. Have a great week. I'll catch you next time. Peace.